Welcome, Emma Gentry, to the Moneyball channel. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much. Emma joins us. Are you a right winger or a left winger?
I play wing and center. So
Wing and center. You're kind of a little hybrid role then.
yes, I played both in college. Last year I played mainly center, but I mean I can play both. I like to play both, so there's really no preference for me.
It's good to be versatile. That's a great way to start. That was an unintentional segue. What do you think the biggest difference is between those two positions?
I think it's just more mental than anything, like knowing where you are on the ice and the position you have to be in at certain times. My junior year, I actually would flip back and forth from wing to center. So I think just being able to be an all around player is really important too. But it's more just like a mental lock in, I feel like, knowing where you are on the ice and where you need to be.
A lot of the younger kids, it's funny, coaching and growing up and watching them, and I'm sure you experienced the same thing, but they think there's kind of an edge to being a center, right? It's kind of they feel like it's a more elite position, right? Hasn't that always kind of been the sentiment, right? Everybody kind of feels like, maybe the quarterback or whatever it is. To me, the center, I feel like you got to do more work, right? You got to be more two-way and you got to get back. What's your take
Yeah,
on
for
that?
sure. Yeah, for sure. I think you definitely have to be willing to help out your D in the corners when your battles, and then also if your winger can't get to the point, you're going to need to cover for them pretty much if shots are coming in. Yeah, definitely. I think somewhat of a quarterback role, kind of communicating and directing people in the corners, especially in the D zone, and then having to get back as well. But definitely, 200-foot player is required for a center role for sure.
Yeah, and the guys that want to play center but they don't have the hustle, right? They get kind of booted over to wing. They feel like it's a big demotion. Like there's no, I don't feel that way at all. But that's just especially
Yeah,
when
sure.
when especially when they're younger. Like younger kids feel like they're demoted if they're not playing center. Are you kind of a face-off? Is that kind of your forte? I had seen, you take a lot of shots, which is awesome, and that's what you need to
Yeah.
score goals. And face-offs, you seem to be pretty good at.
Yeah, I definitely love taking faceoffs. I grew up playing with the boys and was center all the time, so it was definitely fun. And yeah, I mean, I enjoyed taking faceoffs, and I'm a bigger body, so that helps too. But yeah, faceoffs are fun.
Another good segue. Growing up in Michigan, right? Playing with the boys, I guess. At what age did you start playing hockey?
I was about 4 when I first skated. I would say maybe like 5 or 6 when I did. It was called Timbits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did that.
Is there Tim
When I
Hortons there? Do they have Hortons there?
No, but we had Tim Hortons jerseys somehow. There is in Michigan, but not where I was from. So
Okay.
I don't know how
Yeah.
that happened, but eventually transitioned into Alpena Hockey Association, which is where I'm from, Alpena.
So the Timbits, Tim Hortons, I'm in Buffalo and it's massive. Obviously it came from Toronto and Tim Horton, played for the Sabres.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there was that crash on the QEW and the rest is history. But I feel like Tim Hortons as a whole, the cafe and bake shop has just taken over the world. Like we have a Tim Hortons like every three stoplights. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty. I love their coffee. Are you a coffee girl?
Oh yeah, I love coffee. Everywhere I go, I always look for a local shop to try. So there's definitely a lot in Toronto. I've been checking them off the list, but Tim Hortons is always good, and it's definitely better in Canada for sure.
It is. It is. I have to admit that. Unfortunately, I can't say a lot of things are better in Canada, but they have the Swiss Chalet there, which is still a favorite for my wife. She loves the place, and Tim Hortons, of course, is their staple. So, growing up and playing with the boys and everything, and then at what point did you feel like this is what I want to do? Like I want to go to the next level with this.
Yeah, I mean, I knew when I was younger, I would tell people I wanted to play in the NHL because there was no, I mean, pro women's league, and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was just something that I would say. So I knew that I wanted to play at the highest level that I could at the time. And that didn't start until maybe like 12,
Okay.
13-ish, until I found out like Division 1 college hockey. So that was the goal. And then once the league came along, obviously there were opportunities with that, but I would say like 12, 13, the original goal was just play college hockey and possibly make the national team.
At what age did you play with the boys teams?
I played all the way up until I was like 12, and then I
Okay.
transitioned to
Okay.
girls.
Okay. And
Um,
was girls hockey a bigger thing in Alpena or where you were
yeah,
at?
no, there's actually no girls teams at all, so that's why I played with the boys. And then I ended up moving away when I was 15,
Gotcha.
just turning 16, and moved down to the Detroit area to play that
Kind of
hockey.
Was it kind of like a family picked you up, kind of stayed like a boarding?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called building, so
Yeah.
I stayed
Yeah.
with teammates. Yeah,
Well, I think you and all the other girls, PWHL, you guys are so inspirational. And you know that it's wild to think, Emma, the next generation is not going to have to do that, right? Because
yeah,
hockey programs are blowing up. Women's hockey is the fastest growing sport on the East Coast. I don't know about Midwest or out west,
yeah,
but around here, Buffalo, there's leagues popping up all over the place, and it's not taken as a novelty, right? Nor should it be. Like, this is something that's become elite performance, the same exact thing. You have, boys, girls, and going out and watching the level of play, and the just the passion and
yeah,
what you guys play with. It's again, it's almost weird, kind of like weird for me to talk about because people separate it so much, right? Like women's and men's until, and
yeah,
I've had this conversation, I want to say with Calty and with Emily at first, it was like once the guys go see it, or anyone goes and sees
yeah,
it,
yeah,
they're like, wow, this is great hockey, and it's fast paced, and
yeah.
how do you think everything's evolving?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the growth of the league and just the overall exposure has been amazing to see and super fun to be a part of. And even just from being from a small town as well is really special. And that's created a lot of exposure for me too. But also just buy into the league and in other teams as well. Being able to, there's a girls' team now, volunteer with them in the summer and asking them their favorite teams and them knowing.
Isn't that cool though? Isn't
Yeah,
that a great feeling?
yeah, it's amazing.
And they
But
can
no,
have your jerseys on, like they can have a Gentry jersey. It's so dope.
yeah, absolutely. But no, I'm really happy with the exposure of the league, and that's one thing that I do recommend to people is like, when I say I play pro hockey, some people will be surprised. Some people are like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool." But yeah, I mean, everyone, I just recommend you go watch a game. There is a difference, obviously, between men and women's, but I'm like, go watch a game. Like, yeah, your mind will be changed, and it's definitely fun to get feedback after that once they do go watch it, and they definitely come back 9 times out of 10.
I'm very excited for this season. And I've kind of found PWHL, and I was so intrigued by it that it's like, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who can I talk to? I mean, congratulations, 11th overall, second round, 11th overall, which is unbelievable. There's only a select amount of people getting drafted to play pro women's hockey.
Yeah.
And you're with Toronto. Scepters,
Yes, the Scepters.
isn't it right? But it's like it's a little misleading, man. They couldn't have made that any harder for like little girls who are like trying to follow the sport, right? Like,
I know, I know.
because you look at it, it looks like Scepters, right?
Yeah, I think it's some Canadian team or like some Canadian thing. I don't know. It's something like that.
We
But
gotta
no,
look that up because I feel kind of dumb, and I don't like feeling dumb. I feel a little ignorant. Like, what is a scepter? Like, now I gotta dig.
it's like you know how a king holds like the staff.
Yeah.
It's what a queen holds. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
All right. All right.
yeah.
That's a great trivia question, though.
It is. That is good.
Right? We're gonna have to use that one. That's gonna be one of them. And then, New York, the sirens, right? Because that can be both sirens and sirens, right? So I like kind of a little spin on it. And talk to me about PWHL. And, there's been some talk about the ownership. It seems like they're all in, and it's such a
Yeah.
passion for them, and it's incredible what they've been able to do. Do you feel they're getting enough support and that there's enough support around them?
Yeah, honestly, I don't really know that much
Okay.
about. I know
Yeah.
that they, fund the league and just have given us an opportunity to kind of, take it and run with it. Really thankful for them. But yeah, I honestly am not that educated on it. Probably should be a little bit more.
Oh,
But
no, that's good. You're honest, and you obviously don't want to speak on something if you're not.
yeah, yeah. But no, I think Jay's game, the World Series.
Oh, did you go?
Yeah, I was at the game 6 and 7.
Oh
I
my
know that
God. Listen, hold on. And game seven?
yeah, both of them.
Emma, do you know how jealous I am right now? I didn't go. I mean, listen, I have family in Toronto and everything. The fact that you went to both of those.
I got into it kind of in college, just going to, like, Twins games and stuff, but I'm not, like yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm a diehard fan, but it was great to go to the
Yeah, I
Jays.
mean, how was it though? How was the energy?
It was amazing, like, super, super cool. Obviously, I'm just a sports fan in general, so any game that I can go to is always really fun for me, but just the atmosphere there was incredible. Yeah, I mean, it's the highest level, and to be at Game 7 of the World Series is incredible, so it was a memory for a
Tell
lifetime
me,
for me.
where did you guys sit? Was it the whole team?
Yeah, a lot of the PWHL players, like some Team Canada players were there, but we 10 of us responded in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it was super fun, and it
Oh,
was
that's awesome.
honestly like a whole PWHL section, so that was great as well.
And that's so cool to, to bring you guys together too, because from what Calty had told me, and actually what Dale had told me, there's not much of a training camp, right?
Yeah, I know
I find
last year.
that really interesting.
Yeah, last year I know that it was pretty long, like 3 weeks, I think, originally, but now it's not even a week. Like we be as a team for I think 4 days and then we go to Ottawa for some exhibition games. So, yeah, it's not long at all.
No, and then the season's, third week of November.
Yeah,
Without being overcritical or anything, I mean, there's no way I think the team needs to jive a little bit, right? Like they need some chemistry.
yeah,
I'm sure there's teammates you haven't met yet, correct? Or
for
maybe just
sure.
at the Jays game, or have you met them all now?
No, there's a couple of them I haven't met. I came early to Toronto to skate with a bunch of girls because I
Okay.
wanted to meet people and get familiar with the area. So that was extremely helpful. Yeah, there's a couple I haven't met yet. We kind of I feel like we're all familiar with the names of each other at least.
Right, right.
Just because we all grew up kind of playing with each other, or like I looked up to a lot of the girls in the league. But no, yeah, we haven't all been together in one locker room yet. Looking forward to that very much.
I think that's cool. And you'll be a family, as soon as it starts and you guys get rolling, it'll just instant and I can tell obviously you're pretty personable. So it's gonna be a family and you guys will gel. Do you see a lot? I mean, when you're at the games, obviously, but how cool is it, to see these jerseys, right? If you see hers or see,
Yeah,
now you're gonna see a little girl with a Gentry jersey on, and
yeah,
I mean, tell me about that feeling, and I've asked all the girls this, how you're embracing being a role model, because like it
yeah,
or not, you are a role model at this point.
yeah. I mean, I absolutely love it. This is, it's a part of why I play for sure. I love going to the rinks in the summer and seeing girls and giving them extra sticks and things like that because I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have really any women at all to look up to. So to be able to be that for someone is really special, and it's you can't really describe it to be honest, but it's definitely a motivator. Yeah, it's amazing. So I'm really lucky to be in the position that I am, and hopefully can be a great role model for those girls because I absolutely love it.
Did you ever think when you were, 12 playing with the boys right before the girls' leagues, did you ever think, that 10 years from then there'd be people asking for your autograph?
Yeah, no, I feel like I had always hoped like I wanted to play at the highest level and be that someday, but it was a far reach for sure. And to be in that position now is amazing, and I love to reflect on that because it's important to do that and kind of embrace the journey that I've been on all this time. So looking forward to my first game, and it's going to be an amazing day.
Yeah, and you're definitely humble. You have a great attitude, and I can tell. I mean, seriously, that's definitely going to take you far, right? You have the
Thank
right
you.
attitude going. And no, yeah, sincerely, I mean it. Just by
Yeah,
talking to you, you can tell. I'm super stoked. Like I'm very excited going into this season. It sounds crazy, and I'm such a nut with all sports, but like I'm almost like, man, counting it. Like I'm really excited for the season to start. It does need a little bit more national coverage, and I think that's going to
yeah,
come. Right, we're going to start seeing it on because right now I think you need a subscription. I think it's hard to just watch regular games. I'm not sure how
yeah,
all that works out with ESPN and stuff, but that's the only thing I would say is, but with the selling out of arenas and with the pace it's at right now, the next
hmm
step is those big TV contracts. And then the next
yeah,
step after those big TV contracts is getting y'all paid the way that you deserve to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that's all
yes,
going to come. I think patience is one thing. You are setting the precedence for the next generation. You are one of the OGs. It sounds crazy. You're 23 years old, but you are a pioneer right now, and that's got to
yeah,
feel good,
yeah.
So congrats with everything that's
You.
going on. I do have
Yeah,
to ask you. I'll let you get going. This was awesome, but I do want to ask you a few more things, a couple more fun questions,
yeah,
but one more
yeah.
one more question relating. What were you doing when you got drafted? So give me the breakdown. Like,
I did not know. I knew who was interested, but I didn't know like when I was going. Toronto was definitely at the top of my list. So that was really cool. After the first round ended, I was with my parents. They were both there with me. I just remember looking at my mom, and we both were kind of like, okay, I could go like in the second round. And Boston was the pick before me. And then yeah, Gina was up there and said Emma Gentry, and it was just amazing. Like yeah, I don't even know how to describe it because it's everything that you ever dream of. And to be able to be there with my parents too was incredible. And I honestly felt like just that I belong there. Like this is everything that I've ever wanted too. So like walking up there was fully embraced by me, and I really wanted to be present going into draft day and like remember it all. And so yeah, it was incredible.
Who cried more, you, mom, or dad?
Oh gosh, I feel like we were all just so full of so many emotions we couldn't even cry because we were so happy, but probably my mom for sure.
Yeah, they all just come rushing, As a parent, I have, three little boys, and as a parent, to hear any of them, first of all, just the D1 college, right? But then to hear their names being called like that, I mean, I think I would probably be the guy bawling my eyes out. So, ain't no
Yeah,
shame in that. Ain't no shame
we
in
all
that.
cried for sure.
So I gotta ask, I mean, Drake or Kendrick?
I think Drake, honestly.
You have to
Um,
say that. Like that was a trick question. You're going to the
I
CEO.
know I gotta embrace the six, but I mean, I like both. I like both, but Drake was at the game on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, I like both, but
Did y'all
I feel
get
like
to meet him? I think you guys should have met him.
yeah, we should. But no, I probably listen to more Drake, so I'm gonna go with Drake.
It's a shame that, there was that whole beef. I was a big fan of both. I'm a Kendrick guy, but I
Yeah.
had to ask that question. You were quick on your toes, man. You knew where I was going with it. The city of Toronto itself, you were there. Obviously, you've assimilated yourself a little bit. Have you moved yet, or are you in the process?
Yeah, I have an apartment here, so
Okay.
actually you can see Coca-Cola where we play,
Okay.
right from my apartment, so it's really fun.
Okay. And you've been there a little bit, so you're kind of getting out
Yeah.
on the town and
Yep, I've been here for about 3.5 weeks now.
okay.
So,
Okay. I
yeah.
have some family in Toronto, so I'll have to give you some ins and outs.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
wife's family is like they're from there, they live there. I'll give you some ins and outs on places to go, places to avoid, maybe sections to avoid, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this was great. I'll give you a couple more here, a couple more rapid fires. All right. Let's go with a cheeseburger. Usually I go with the pizza toppings. You're gonna get. Are you? Do
Oh,
you eat meat? Are you a cheeseburger girl?
yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
So how are you ordering your cheeseburger?
Oh, I feel like it depends. Like, recently, I've been into smash burgers.
Yeah, they're
My family has
delicious.
like smash burgers with like jalapenos. So like probably some type of spicy smash burger.
Okay, I dig it. I dig it. The smash burgers are where it's at. The only
Yeah,
problem is I feel like I could eat about six of them because
yeah, they're small.
they're small and they're not
Yeah,
cheap, but
yeah,
they're so kind of artisan that you're like, oh, and then I'll say, can I get maybe six patties on that thing? Because it's all
yeah.
it's
Double it
all.
up.
My buddy owns a place. Shout out to Buffalo Burger Bros. He does smash burgers and he's killing it, and they are really, really good. Ice cream. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor is probably key lime pie, but I love like
Ooh,
anything fruity, like
okay.
and vanilla. I'm not a big chocolate girl, but
Me neither. Yeah, me neither. Vanilla all day. That's a big
yeah,
debate I have with people too. I think vanilla hands down, right? There's no,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I agree.
What are you looking forward to most about the season? What would be a perfect first season for Emma Gentry?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Thank you.
I feel like I've been trying to figure that out myself. I think it's important going into the season, but honestly, just embracing everything that the PWHL, that the Scepters, the league has to get the fans, the intensity on the ice, the speed of the game. I just want to be fully present during it all and learn a ton from my teammates and just continue to play the game that I love and enjoy the fans, my family watching. Yeah, this is right where I want to be, and I'm really excited to get started.
No, that's awesome. If I can give you a little advice of my own, just don't be too hard on yourself. I find a lot of the times athletes, especially rookies going in, are very critical of themselves, and we're all human. We all make
Yeah,
mistakes, right? You got to get out there. I'm sure you're going to give it 110, but go and remember the reason always why you're out there, and that's to have fun because
yeah,
it's hockey,
yeah,
and you get to go do what everybody else in the world wants to go do. You get to play professional hockey, get paid to do what you love, man. So
yeah,
be very, very
exactly.
proud, of where you're at. Seriously, that's it's a major, major crazy accomplishment.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
yeah, this was great. I wish you all the best this season, and yeah, we'll definitely be talking. Okay, thanks for
Yeah,
coming on.
yeah, I appreciate it very much. I hope you have a good night.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Bye bye.